Welcome to Tech Talk Central. I'm Nathan. If you're like most people these days, you're probably swimming in digital noise.
Oh, absolutely.
Your phone's buzzing, your laptop screen's glowing.
Mhm.
Finding that real, quiet, focused time, it feels almost impossible sometimes.
It really does. But what if you could kind of get the best of both? Digital convenience, but with that calm paper feel.
Exactly. And that's what we're diving into today.
Yep, we're talking smart notebooks, those really interesting e-ink devices that are carving out their own little niche, trying to help us reclaim some attention.
So our mission today is basically to cut through the marketing hype, right?
Right. We want to pull out the key takeaways from the sources we've looked at, give you a solid overview of two big players, the Boox Tablet Note Air 4C and the reMarkable Paper Pro.
Think of it as your shortcut. We want you to understand the main differences, the strengths, the weaknesses.
So you can figure out which, if either, might actually work for you without getting lost in all the specs.
Okay, so let's start there. Why the sudden buzz around these e-ink things? It feels like they offer something really different from a standard tablet.
It's a great question. And it really boils down to a specific design choice, that paper-like experience, and crucially, less eye strain.
Right, unlike my phone screen right now.
Exactly. These e-ink screens, they reflect light like paper does. They don't blast light at you like LCD or OLED screens.
So it's more like reading a book near a lamp.
Precisely. That's the goal. It makes them way more comfortable for, long reading sessions or if you're taking pages and pages of notes. People are definitely looking for ways to get digital benefits without the constant blue light headache.
And that's a key point, isn't it? These aren't trying to be iPad killers.
Yeah.
You're not going to binge Netflix on these.
No, definitely not. That's a common mistake people make. These devices have a very specific job.
Okay.
It's mostly note-taking, reading, maybe marking up PDFs, enhancing productivity, but in a deliberately distraction-free way.
So if you want games or social media,
Yeah.
look elsewhere.
Absolutely. These excel precisely because they remove those temptations. They kind of force you to focus on the task at hand, whether that's writing or deep reading. They become more like a dedicated thinking space.
I like that. A thinking space.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into the first one. The Boox Tablet Note Air 4C. Looking at the specs, that Kaleido 3 color e-paper screen jumps out. Color on e-ink still feels kind of new.
It's a big step. Yeah, it's a 10.3-inch screen. Now, 4,096 colors. That sounds tiny compared to your phone, right?
Millions versus thousands.
But for e-ink, it's actually pretty significant. It means, charts in a PDF aren't just gray blobs anymore. They have enough color to be useful.
So for textbooks or reports, maybe.
Exactly. Or even graphic novels. It adds context without adding that harsh backlight glare. And for just text, black and white, it's super sharp 2480 by 1860 resolution. That's 300 pixels per inch.
Which is basically print quality.
Pretty much. So reading for hours is comfortable, no pixelation fatigue.
And physically, it sounds pretty thin.
Oh, it is. Really thin, 5.8 millimeters. And light, too, around 420 grams, or 14.8 ounces. Lighter than a lot of textbooks, actually.
Okay. And price-wise?
You're looking at around $529.99 typically for a new one.
Gotcha. But for me, the really interesting part is the operating system. Android on an e-ink device.
Yes, that's a huge deal for the Boox. It runs Android 13, and that means no walled garden.
Ah, so you're not locked into one store.
Exactly. You can download apps from the Google Play Store. Think Kindle, Kobo, Pocket, whatever reading apps you already use, even things like, say, Zotero for research.
That's huge flexibility.
It really is. You control your digital library. You can easily sideload your own ebooks or documents, too. It's a level of openness most other e-readers just don't offer.
Okay, so that's the system. What about actually using it, like writing on it? It uses a Wacom stylus, right?
Yeah, passive Wacom compatible one. It has 4,096 levels of pressure sensitivity. And the feedback we've seen is pretty consistent. Users say it genuinely feels like I really am writing on paper.
That tactile feel is important.
It is. It makes digital notes feel less, I don't know, sterile. And if the ambient light isn't great, it does have a built-in front light. Importantly, it has CTM warm and cold settings.
Ah, so you can adjust the color temperature. Because I saw some feedback saying the screen can look so gray and dark without light.
Right. But this front light, it illuminates from the side. It doesn't glare at you. It makes the screen look naturally lit, even in dim light, which is key for avoiding eye strain.
That makes sense. What about battery? Android usually means more power drain.
It's actually quite decent for what it is. Users are reporting getting 3 to 4 days out of a battery charge with maybe 3, 4 hours of use each day.
That's not bad at all.
And some even say 2 weeks on average if they're just doing regular reading, which, compared to my phone.
Yeah, no kidding. But we should circle back to the fact it is a niche device. The color, while good for e-ink.
Right, it's not for watching movies. Users describe the colors like 1990s dithered era of digital images.
Huh. That's a perfect description. So possible to watch video, but not really enjoyable.
Pretty much. The refresh rate just isn't there. It'll be choppy. It's just not what it's built for.
Any other little quirks people mention?
A couple of minor things. Some find the stylus itself very light, maybe a bit uncomfortable to hold for long periods because of some lines on it.
Like texture lines.
Yeah, longitudinal lines. And a slightly annoying thing is the case design, apparently, there's no cutout for the charging port.
Oh, so you have to take it out of the case to charge.
Seems so. A bit fiddly. But despite these small things, the overall rating is solid, like 4.1 out of 5 stars. People really praise it as a fantastic ear reader alternative, and especially useful for things like Research the Tarot.
So great for specific academic or reading workflows.
Definitely seems that way. Okay, shifting gears now to the reMarkable Paper Pro.
The other big name in this space.
Right, and this one often comes as a bundle. You get the tablet, which has a slightly larger 11.8-inch screen, and their Marker Plus pen, the one with the built-in eraser.
Ah, the eraser on the pen is a nice touch. And the price.
It's higher. The bundle is around $679 new. It's also a bit heavier, about 1.16 pounds, and it's newer, released in September 2024.
Okay, and the philosophy here is very different from the Boox, isn't it? It's all about focus.
Totally. It runs Linux, not Android, and that's deliberate. They call it a distraction-free design. No email apps, no browsers popping up notifications, no social media temptations.
So it really is just for notes and reading.
That's the idea. It's designed as that sanctuary for thought we mentioned earlier. It forces you away from the digital noise.
And how does that translate to the writing experience? They make big claims about that.
They do. They aim for an unmatched paper-like writing experience. The Marker Plus pen is key here. People talk about the realistic friction and natural writing feel. And that built-in eraser, just flipping the pen, super intuitive.
That sounds really smooth. And organizing notes.
It's supposed to be quite robust. You can use folders, tags, you can write directly onto PDFs, and it does handwriting to text conversion pretty instantly. It really tries to mimic and improve on a physical notebook system.
Sounds good for people who take a lot of notes. What about reading on it?
Also a strong point. It has a low glare display, reflects natural light really well. So reading outside, even in bright sun, is meant to be comfortable without eye strain.
No backlight by default.
Correct. Unless you choose to turn on the adjustable reading light for nighttime. That focus on natural reflection is part of its design. And battery life reflects that too. Users report an average battery life of 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay, that's impressive.
Definitely a plus.
But here's where it gets tricky, right? The color aspect on the reMarkable. The feedback seems more mixed.
Yeah, it is. While it has color e-ink, some users find it muted, washed out, even pastel and slow. Others just say the e-ink color is dim.
So less vibrant than the Boox, even with the Boox's limitations.
It seems that way. Color just isn't the main focus for reMarkable. The priority is clearly that writing experience and the lack of distractions.
Any other potential issues? I saw mentions of ghosting.
Right. Some reports of ghosting issues where you see faint traces of what was on the screen before, or the screen doing that e-ink blink or refresh while you're writing.
Which is common for e-ink, but can be annoying.
It can be, yeah, especially if you're sensitive to it or switching content rapidly. And another big point for potential buyers, the subscription.
Ah, yes. You have to pay for a service that allows you to save items and work seamlessly between your unit and computer.
Exactly. It's called Connect. It enables the cloud sync, unlimited storage, screen sharing features. Without it, you're pretty much limited to local storage and plugging it in to transfer files.
So that's an ongoing cost to factor in.
It is, and it's definitely a sticking point for some people. But even with that and the color comments, it holds a slightly higher customer rating overall, 4.2 out of 5 stars. People really love the design, the organization, and especially that writing feel.
Okay, so we've seen both devices in detail. Let's pull back and really compare them head to head, because the core difference feels almost philosophical, doesn't it? It's about the ecosystem.
Absolutely. That's the fundamental choice you, the listener, need to make. The BOX embraces openness with Android. It's about versatility, bringing your apps, your content onto an e-ink screen.
Maximum flexibility.
Right. Whereas the reMarkable is the opposite. It's a closed, focused Linux environment,
Yeah.
purpose-built for distraction-free work. No apps allowed, basically.
So do you want an open system that does more, or a closed system designed purely to keep you on task?
That's the big question. Then you compare the writing and display. BOAC has the Wacom stylus, good feel, better color. reMarkable has the Marker Plus, that built-in eraser, and arguably that unmatched friction-y feel that people rave about.
Both have color e-ink limitations, just maybe to different degrees. reMarkable screen is a tad larger.
And that leads to value. reMarkable costs more upfront, plus the potential subscription. Is that premium worth it for the focused experience, the writing feel, the battery?
Or does the BOX offer better bang for your buck with its versatility, slightly lower price, and no mandatory subscription for basic cloud features?
It really depends on what you value most. For some, paying extra for the lack of distraction is the whole point.
So let's try to paint a picture. Who is the BOX really for?
I'd say the BOX is for the, let's call them the versatile learner. Someone who reads from lots of different sources, Kindle, Kobo, PDFs, maybe web articles saved via app. They take detailed notes, maybe needing color for diagrams. They want some light productivity using Android apps. They value that open system and probably appreciate the slightly lower entry cost.
One e-ink device to handle multiple reading platforms and note-taking.
Pretty much. Now, the reMarkable...
This seems like it's for the focused creator or the dedicated note-taker.
I think that's right. Someone hyper-focused on note-taking, maybe sketching, brainstorming, distraction-free writing, or reading. They prioritize that premium paper feel above all else. They need robust organization within the device itself, and they're willing to pay more, potentially including the subscription, for that streamlined, quiet digital space.
They're buying focus, essentially.
Exactly. It's actively choosing a tool that blocks out the noise.
And that really highlights the aha moment with these devices. They aren't trying to replace your laptop or your phone.
No, they're specialized tools. They succeed because they fill a specific niche, blending digital perks with that analog feel. They offer something different, prioritizing focus and eye comfort.
Which leads to a final thought for everyone listening. How might adding a dedicated, focused device like one of these actually change your work habits? Could it help you carve out more distraction-free time?
Could it create better boundaries between, say, focused work and everything else you do digitally? It's definitely food for thought.
Absolutely. So whether you're leaning BOX for versatility or reMarkable for focus, we hope this deep dive helped clarify things. Thanks so much for tuning in today.
Yeah, thanks for diving deep with us.
And hey, if you found this helpful, please do subscribe to Tech Talk Central for more reviews and deep dives like this one. And if you want to check out the latest prices and deals on either the BOX Tablet Note Air 4C or the reMarkable Paper Pro, definitely check out the links we've put in the description below.
Yeah, all the info's down there.
We'll catch you on the next deep dive.